H-I-M, him. Can the world understand him? Or can he understand the world? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Him Uno, and I'm bringing you another episode of Him Uno. Today I have a very special guest, as you guys can see, my good friend Olivia. Very, very good friend. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe to me on YouTube, do all the good stuff. But today it is not about me. Today is about my special friend. She has a very, very special story to share with us. A very very traumatic time in her life that occurred, that she would basically like to share with us, that would help a lot of young females, a lot of young women. Before we get into her story and everything that happened and why she's here, I would just like to introduce you guys to her a little bit more. Her name is obviously Olivia. Olivia, where are you from?
I am from Henry County, Kentucky.
Henry County.
Yeah.
What is that like?
Country.
Country.
So country.
So country.
Yeah. It's like 30 minutes outside of Louisville.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You spend a lot of time in Louisville, though?
Not really growing up. I moved out when I was 18, and that's when I came to Louisville. So.
Oh, okay. You like Louisville?
Yeah, I did. I did like Louisville.
You did like Louisville?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did your liking of Louisville change?
Absolutely. I mean, there's good and bad everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But Louisville has just become worse, and you have to stay alert nowadays more than ever. So.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
So the country's all right for right now. A little peace.
It's out the way. Out the way for sure. Before we get into the good stuff, I mean the story. I would just like to tell my viewers and my audience how we got to know each other, because you've really been a good friend to me in the past. When my great friend passed away, you were there for me, checking up on me like every day. Like it was amazing, like to just have somebody like that.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate you for that. And I would just like to let my audience know that Olivia was there for me in a very tough time in my life.
Absolutely.
And I really appreciate her for even being here. So, you are a victim of gun violence,
Yes.
Olivia. Can you take us through kind of what happened, or
Yeah, so like I've said, I can't speak entirely way too much on it, but I can give you the rundown. I was a dancer at PT's in Louisville. I had gotten off work. I wasn't followed from work. I made a stop, and it still was not followed. But me and my best friend wanted to get some snacks and drinks from the store.
Yeah.
You know the store we always went to, like.
So you were like just going casual day.
Yeah, casual, but this is early in the morning,
What time would you say?
like 5 to 6 o'clock.
A.M.
Yeah, it's when the incident took place, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So basically, I was robbed, and then I was shot one time in the face.
So you were robbed at gunpoint?
No, he took my bag.
He just kind of snatched
He
it?
reached in my window. It was cracked. He approached my vehicle, trying to offer me something, and I was like, I'm good.
I'm good.
Like, thank you though, but no thank you. I wasn't very alert at the time.
Yeah.
I wasn't, on my P's and Q's. But, I mean, you never expect something like that to happen to you until it happens. So, he grabbed the bag, and I proceeded to get out of my car. I didn't see any weapons. And when I got out the car, I was just trying to, say, hey, like, keep the money, just give me my phone,
So you were actually communicating with
Yeah,
him?
yeah.
That's really brave of you.
And of course you're not thinking,
Easy.
I'm gonna get shot. Like, no. He had everything he wanted. There was no need to shoot me. I'm not a threat.
Yeah.
But he pulled out the gun and said, what are you gonna do about it? And I didn't answer. he didn't hesitate and just...
And you said you were with your friend at the
Yeah.
time? Was your friend shot?
No, it was just me. One shot was fired.
One shot was fired
Yeah.
and he fled the scene?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy. So I would assume your friend kind of helped you out in that.
Yeah, so I was, I remember seeing the barrel of the gun in the flash, hearing it, but I remember seeing everything, like, because my body dropped after.
Where exactly did you get shot?
Right here, there's like a little dimple. It looks like a dimple, but that's where I was shot in my right cheek.
Straight in the face?
Yeah, straight in the face, like this.
You went unconscious, or were you awake when you were going to the hospital?
I was, they said I was responsive,
Oh, wow.
but I don't remember being, I guess the adrenaline rushing, but, you know, my best friend, her phone was dead, so she couldn't call the cops.
Who called the cops?
My phone was stolen.
Oh my God.
So the guy in the store locked the door and kind of ignored her. As
Was
she
he
told
scared
me.
or something?
I'm not sure, but...
So how were the paramedics?
She was screaming so loud, somebody down the road said it, she was so loud that it sounded like she was in her living room.
Oh, wow.
So she was holding my face as I was, bleeding out. And she held with her bare hands. She didn't have anything
She applied pressure?
Yep, she applied pressure and left me face down, which was a smart thing because it had hit an artery that runs to my brain. So internally I was bleeding out, basically. So if she was to turn me over on my back, I would have choked on my own blood.
Did she know to do that? Or
no, but she couldn't see what my face looked like.
Okay.
As a best friend, she was not.
And she just made the right move.
Yeah, made the right move, and somebody down the street, that girl, she came, called the cops, and gave us a sweatshirt, and they had tied that around my face.
And this incident happened, did it happen close to somewhere you stay, or was it far from where you stay?
It was literally 5 minutes down the street from where I live.
Oh my God.
Where I lived at the time.
Where you lived at the time. So, going back to that day, let's go back a little bit, just a little bit before, you got shot. You said you were a dancer.
Yeah.
What you probably expect for something like that to happen at the club, right?
Right, or to be followed from the club.
To be followed from the club.
Yeah.
You ever deal with anything like that before?
No, not really. No, I never. Never.
Wow.
The 2.5, 3 years of me dancing.
And just going to the store and getting a snack, just wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, absolutely.
5 a.m. in the morning.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let's go to the hospital. When you got to the hospital, were you induced in a coma?
They kept me sedated, so medically, they had kept me, I was out for a month. I don't remember being in the ICU at all.
Okay.
I underwent 3 major surgeries, was trached, developed pneumonia, was on a ventilator, all that. So I was in there for about a month. And after that, the first thing I remember waking up and hearing was, Olivia, we're going to take your staples out of your head.
Wow.
And at this point, I'm finally grasping what actually happened to me.
Yeah.
When I was out, I was having reoccurring dreams of being shot in the face, seeing things that weren't there, hearing things that weren't there. I was hearing gunshots constantly. I was looking at the nurses I'm keeping my eye on you.
You're on edge.
I even did that with my own mother.
Wow. Speaking of your mother and family in general, you could say they were there for you?
Absolutely. Every step of the way.
Every step of the way.
Every step of the way, and they were my rock when I was not able to, be there for myself. When something like this happens, mentally,
Yeah.
it's more hard mentally than it is physically.
Wow.
It starts with your mental.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very happy for you, like that.
Thank
Your
you.
family
Yeah,
is there for you, because when something like that happens, it kind of like brings the true colors out of certain folks around you.
absolutely.
Would you say that somebody, like, in your circle or anybody around you that you thought would have been there for you wasn't there
Well,
for you?
there's several feelings and emotions, you know, revolving around what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Some people couldn't see me the way I was because it affected them too much, which I'm an understanding person,
Yeah.
very understanding. So it's like, I really don't see anybody any different just for the simple fact of everybody deals with things differently, everybody copes differently. And, my main focus was on myself, getting myself better
Okay.
because it starts with you.
That's very strong of you.
But, I've also had some people who were there for me every step of the way. My friends,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they came in, shaved me,
Yeah.
because come on now,
Yeah.
I was out for a month.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I couldn't take a shower,
Yeah.
bed bath,
Everything
yeah.
immobile.
They came, bathed me, shaved me, even bought me lashes, put lashes on,
Took care of you.
nails, anything, like, and I want to give a huge shout out to U of L Hospital.
Is that where you
Amazing.
stayed?
Amazing, yes.
That's
9 South specifically.
Shout out to 9
Yeah,
South.
9 South. Shout out to 9 South. I've never experienced that, extreme amount of care, like actual care, not just doing their job, going above and beyond for me
Yeah.
was, it was eye-opening because they didn't even know me.
You could say you were like basically in perfect care. Like
Yes,
perfect care.
absolutely.
And your recovery process, I guess it must have been a little easier because of that.
Yeah, having people there to make me smile,
Yeah.
laugh, joke about things. A big thing with my recovery has been joking and, kind of
Like
finding
about the
humor.
situation, or
Like, in a way, like with certain things, like when I had my trach.
it's like dark humor.
Yeah, dark humor, okay?
Yeah.
That was, a big thing for me. And really just having people, positive people around me, and that energy of everybody, wanting me to win
Yeah.
and wanting me to succeed. But with the good comes the bad.
Definitely.
Not everything was peachy
Yeah.
by any means. Any means. This was the lowest point of my life,
Yeah.
and that was 5 months ago. So I feel like I'm in a much better place.
I mean, for it to be 5 months ago, you
Yeah.
seem pretty strong to me. When it comes to your voice, the doctor said anything about? Cause is it getting better, or is it?
Yeah, it's absolutely, it's gotten a lot better.
Mhm.
You can kind of hear my voice how it was before,
Yeah.
off and on when I talk. But when I had the trach, I had to being unconscious really for a month. You lose all your muscle memory. You lose. I had to relearn how to swallow, walk, talk. I wasn't breathing on my own at one point even.
Goodness.
So
So when you speak about memory and losing a lot of that physical memory, what about the memory of like the old you? Do you consider yourself like, have you changed, or are you still like, do you still have that?
yeah, I'm still me.
Cause I remember you
I'm
like
still me.
that's perfect.
Yeah, I'm definitely still me, but I'm more aware now,
Mhm.
more educated
Mhm.
on you know gun violence and the effect it has not only on the victim or, as I say, survivor, as
Definitely.
it does the whole community around that person, family, friends. even the nurses and doctors, I impacted them with, making them feel like their job was worth it.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of success stories
Yeah.
with, people being solo and then actually coming out on top back to who you were.
Yeah, I mean, you took a bullet to the
Yeah,
face.
to the face.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, but my close friend, he actually got shot in the
Yeah.
head, and I mean, he passed away. He died right there on the scene. So for you to take one to the head, forget about just getting shot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's extremely like that.
It's very rare,
Yeah.
and I'm very blessed.
You are.
And
You're a survivor. For
yeah,
sure.
and definitely here for a reason.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You have. See, that's it. For me. Like with this whole podcast stuff, like my whole slogan or phrase is like, can you understand the world, or
Yeah.
can the world understand him? And it's like me basically like sharing my perspective of the world and trying to understand the world's perspective. And like I have you on here, and you went through something that kind of like change your perspective
Yeah.
on the world. So how
It
would you,
does.
so like you said, like you move smart, you're more vigilant now.
Yeah.
Like your perspective, how would you say like it changed?
Before getting shot, I've always struggled with mental health. So I really didn't appreciate myself. I did, but I didn't. I was just living day to day. No, I didn't really find my purpose yet. You know, and after this, I found my purpose. Absolutely. You learn gratitude. I didn't eat or drink by mouth for 3 months.
Goodness.
So, I'm not gonna lie, I love to eat.
Yeah.
I love to drink, okay? And so when I couldn't do that,
Yeah.
it was like an eye opener. Wow, talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything we take for granted
It
every
kind of made
day.
you like more grateful.
Yeah, and really recognizing that the human body is amazing. And you as a person, if you put your mind to it, you're capable of anything.
Yeah,
Really.
I definitely agree with that. With me, like I've watched a lot of my friends like pass away or go to jail and stuff like that, and I know like drugs play a big factor in like kind of I guess coping.
Yeah.
Would you say like people around you kind of went that way with it, or like would you say that they were strong enough to not do those type of things? Because I'm trying to tell you, like
Yeah.
people can't handle the pain, so
Yeah.
they.
Thankfully, everybody's really stayed strong. For the most part, I struggled with getting out of the hospital. They only prescribed me pain medication for 3 days after me being discharged.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I was on pain medication for 2 months.
Wow.
I was on fentanyl. I had a fentanyl drip, oxycodone. It starts with a P. It's whatever, Michael Jackson. OD. They had me in there messed up, okay?
Yeah. And when you got out, did your body not?
Withdrawal. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But, I mean, it's a given when you're loaded up on that,
Yeah.
which I had to be. Let's be honest, that's a lot of pain.
Definitely.
I had an artery repaired, my jaw was wired shut, trached, and staples. Like my hair is still, it's short, but I have like a scar right down the middle and behind my ear. And it's like I needed all that pain medication just to be able to be comfortable.
Yeah, but you wouldn't push that like onto just
Yeah.
outside of that. Yeah, that's good.
But it was definitely a struggle. I never felt like I needed to have something, to cope or, to deal until after the incident and after being discharged out of the hospital. But I'm good now. Like, that week was hell.
Yeah.
It was hell.
Yeah.
Trying
to
to.
adapt. Basically.
Yep. Yep.
That's understandable. So with the recovery processes, were you doing rehab or
Yeah, I
just
still.
straight out of the hospital?
Well, I progressed so fast in the hospital.
Oh, you were a soldier.
Yeah, they were like, you don't even need to go to Fraser.
Oh, you didn't go to Fraser?
Nope, I went straight home.
I was about to shout out Fraser Rehab, but that's
I go to
you
Fraser
had to skip right over.
outpatient.
We still thugging it. We gonna keep
Right.
going.
I go to Fraser outpatient rehab right now. I do that 2 days a week. But that's just
That ain't
physical.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I checked out on stairs in the hospital walking. And the only thing that I really had to go back in the hospital for was my feeding tube and my swallowing. So, and then when I went back, thankfully, I passed my swallow test, and they were able
What
to.
is a swallow test? Can you specify what that
Okay,
is?
so they gave me
swallow test?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I was not able to swallow because it was not going down the right. You know, people say it goes down the wrong pipe. Literally, it was not going down my esophagus. It was going straight into my lungs.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So then that builds fluid. You can have bacteria
Yeah.
built up. And it's
So
just
they were basically trying to make sure.
yeah. So with the swallow test, what it is they give you all these different forms of like pudding, liquid, a little thicker of a liquid, but it all has a dye that shows up as you're being x-rayed while you're swallowing.
So they can see where it's
Yeah,
going. Okay.
exactly. And it doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
And it was very discouraging the first 2-3 months because I was not passing. And I was hungry. And I wanted a slushie.
Yeah.
I wanted a Sprite.
Yeah.
Even just water.
You want to be normal.
Yeah, I told him, don't even turn on the TV. I can't take seeing food or drinks.
Oh man.
It was hard. So it took about 3 to 4 swallow tests for me to pass.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, but now you're good.
Yeah. I mean, I be choking sometimes, but
But you take
yeah,
it.
gotta take it slow.
I got you. So when it comes to the situation, I know you said it was basically wrong place, wrong time. So you didn't know the person. Never seen them ever before.
Ever in my life.
Ever before.
No.
And it's just a random person that
Yep.
basically changed your life forever.
Yep.
For no reason.
For no reason. And he had what he wanted. Yep.
I mean, that's to me that's mind blowing because it's like, how long did it take for all that to happen? What, like 3 minutes?
It was quick.
2 minutes?
It was probably like 5 minutes.
Like your life
Total.
literally changed
In the blink of an eye.
in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's mind blowing to me. I know, like we just discussed the wrong place, wrong time. But do you have any regrets?
I don't, because that's me. I don't really take shit from anybody anymore. I used to be a doormat. I would let people walk all over me. And I didn't feel like I was a threat, you know. So I don't regret doing that. But to anybody, if you ever are in a situation like that, let them have it.
Just let them have it.
Just let them have
Don't
it.
argue.
Don't.
Because they obviously had
Yeah.
a lot to, nothing to lose at that.
Right. I mean, and it's heartbreaking to me in a way because you know me as the type of person I am. I feel for people. I feel, for people who struggle. If he would have asked me for some money, I would have came out of pocket. I would have gave you that money. So I've let go of a lot of anger towards him. And I just hope for healing for him, especially because you have to be you know,
down bad. You have to
to
be
be
low.
able to
Yeah,
just
real low.
do that to somebody random.
Yeah, you don't even know this
Yeah.
person. You don't know what this
Yeah.
person's going through.
Exactly.
Has he been caught?
Yes, he has been caught.
Shout out to LMPD.
Yeah, and yeah.
I don't usually shout them out, but
No,
this
me
occasion,
neither, but for real. Y'all did it this time. Y'all definitely did it this
did
time.
y'all thing.
Right, and you know, it was months after the incident.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like first 48.
Yeah.
You know,
It took time.
it took time, but patience is everything, and I'm having hope. Definitely, and he wasn't alone. It was a group. So they've got two people right now.
Okay. We hope justice is served.
It will be for sure.
Definitely. Do you deal with PTSD? I know it's. I mean, it definitely it's been like 5 months. 5 months
Yeah.
or so.
It seems like a while, but in reality, 5 months isn't anything. Yes, never had PTSD, never had night terrors, paranoia, but definitely struggle with that now. Like loud noises, fireworks, no, gunshots especially. Um, it's just anxiety, instant panic attack.
Yeah.
So
How do you cope with that? How would you say? What would you say is the best way to cope with your PTSD?
well, I do see a psychiatrist and a therapist. So I am medicated, and really grounding. You know, a lot of grounding practice. You learn these types of skills through therapy. You know, when you're feeling anxious, try to focus on what's real. You know, not what your mind is telling you. You know, go to a happy space. You know, that kind of stuff. Or just be in the moment. You know, my feet are on the ground. I'm okay. I am safe. You know, just breathing exercises, being transparent with the people around you for sure. So there's nothing that triggers because I wasn't aware of it before being shy. I never thought of, you know, having a gun around me never affected me. Hearing gunshots, fireworks, never.
So speaking of guns, like now, do you feel like do you feel the need to have a gun around you for protection?
Yes.
And back then, did you have a gun around you for protection?
No, I did not. Kind of because I'm like, I don't do anything. Yeah, I don't do anything. I'm not in the streets. Like, no, like, I'm on my business. Try to help anybody I can. Be positive. And get money. Really get money. So now it's like, I know I want to be carrying, but I'm still not comfortable holding a gun. I'm gonna have to be comfortable with obviously shooting it. So that's that's to come. But obviously it will not be used unless absolutely, and I would never, even if I felt like I was in danger, shoot somebody in their face. Yeah, so yeah, but I definitely want to become comfortable so that I can defend myself.
Definitely. In this crazy city we live in, I mean, anything can happen. I mean, I don't know if you heard about the shooting at the Jefferson Mall the other day.
Yeah.
Somebody got shot. I mean, it's crazy, like broad daylight at the mall. So, me personally, I'm not a big fan of guns, but protection-wise, I would definitely encourage anybody that can get a gun to keep it for protection.
Right, and learn the etiquette, you know, the safety of, the safety of, you know, having a gun, how to load it, you know, typical stuff that, you know, now you don't need a concealed carry license.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of guns, I don't want to talk about guns no more. But like you said, know how to use a gun, know the laws, all that good stuff. Um, the experiences in your life really guide you to your purpose, and that's something that I preach to my audience all the time. Like, like your experiences make you, you know,
Absolutely.
the hard, the good and the bad. They make you, they make who you are, and they guide you to your purpose in life. And you said that this experience really guided you to your purpose. So, what do you think your purpose is? Like, what what advice would you give to a young female that's out here, trying to make something out of life, but not really knowing what the hell she's
Yeah.
really doing? Like, she
Yeah.
knows she's doing something, but
Yeah.
she don't know what direction she's headed in.
Absolutely.
What advice would you give to them? Like, whether they're models, stripping, whatever it is,
Yeah.
whatever.
Because I did model too now,
I
okay?
know. I definitely
Still
seen you.
modeling.
Definitely seen you modeling. So, like, what advice would you give to those younger females that are, in the limelight, in the spotlight right now, just living life, thinking that they're, headed in the right direction, but not really seeing, not really, their eyes aren't really open to what's really going on in the
Yeah.
world.
Um, if you were to, my main advice would be, if you were to leave this earth today, what kind of legacy would you leave? You know, anybody can find their purpose in whatever, music, healthcare, social work, anything, fashion. I mean, it's really any,
Fashion.
yeah, fashion. Hello, anything. The main thing is, um, when you leave this earth, you want to leave it feeling like you did something. You made a difference. You know, you did what you're not gonna have any regrets. And me, I always said, I worked in healthcare before I danced. I always wanted to help people. That's why I said, no matter what I do, I want to help somebody. And now this person has took a lot from me in the past 5 months, but he's given me a purpose and a platform now. And now I have a voice, and I want to be able to impact other people who may be in recovery. Even if you lost somebody to gun violence, how to cope, how to remember that person.
Are there any programs or anything like that? Anything you do that my audience can?
Yeah, I have a few things up my sleeve that I want to be in. Um, but UFL, they have a gun violence survivor group, and we meet once a month. This past one, we did candle making, and it's good. It's an amazing feeling to be able to talk to other people who have went through similar situations, and understand, because you can't fully grasp or wrap your head around, being shy and what comes with the recovery if you survive. It's a lot, and nobody understands unless you've been through it. So it's good to know that you're not alone, and you're able to speak freely, and no judgment. And 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to relate to you, and they're going to relate to PTSD, to paranoia, to being triggered, just dealing and coping with the old me, kind of, in the past versus the woman I am today. And it's like, part of me will look back and be like, I miss that Olivia, but it was more of a physical, because they shaved me bald. I lost a lot of weight. I looked malnourished, but I wasn't. But, liquid diet, you're not packing on protein like that, not moving around. So
You have to
Yeah,
revamp yourself.
yeah, absolutely. And
And how can they reach these reach out to you with these programs? Like if they wanted to, because like you said, when you feel like you're the only person going through a certain thing, it becomes 10 times harder.
yeah,
And when you
you
have
feel so alone.
yeah, when you have somebody like say, "Hey, I'm literally going through that too."
Yeah, and it's very frustrating because, people, and people mean well when they try to give you advice or like, but when you're dealing with that all internally, you're very frustrated, you're angry, you're confused, you're sad. It's a lot of negative emotions at first, but it's how you flip that switch in your head to be able to be like, okay, instead of a victim, I'm a
I'm a
survivor.
survivor.
Yeah,
Definitely, you're definitely a survivor. You're very strong.
thank you. I
And
appreciate that.
on your bad days, like what really makes you like what pushes you on the days where like you're feeling really low. Like, what are those things that push you?
Um, Shout out to my mom.
Shout out my dukes, real one,
Shout out to my mom. Shout
real one.
out to everybody around me. You know who you are.
Hmm.
Um, but my mom especially, she documented my whole recovery.
She did.
Yeah, my boyfriend said that he kind of said it might be good to take pictures, even though they might be difficult pictures to look at.
Yeah.
So on my bad days, shout out to them for that because I go back and I look at where I was 5 months
You
ago,
reflect.
and I look at myself now, where I am mentally, physically. I
Progressing.
started working again, driving.
Okay.
I'm working, of course, an office job,
Hmm.
my family business, but
Hmm.
it's better than nothing. And am
You're getting busy.
I'm getting back.
Yeah.
I'm booking shoots,
Good.
booking,
Yeah, you're doing this.
podcasts. This is awesome. This is fun.
That's amazing.
And I appreciate it. So it gives me, ability to speak and share my story and have a voice. And especially for people who didn't make it, you know, it's very humbling. And I want to be able to give them a voice as well because somebody took that from them and
Yeah.
they don't deserve that. I'm sorry, but nobody deserves that. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I met you, I always seen you like being this caring,
Yeah.
happy person. I'm telling you, I never seen you like mad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I never seen you mad, upset. You were always happy. You always brought the energy, and I'm just gonna keep going back to it. Like you have a real purpose, and the fact that you're here sharing your story with my audience, with me,
Yeah.
I'm very grateful. Like
Oh,
I really appreciate you, and you are a survivor.
you ain't gotta
And
thank me.
I promise you, a lot of young women are gonna watch this, and this is gonna help a lot of young women.
And I hope it does.
I really
Even if
appreciate it.
you're not a victim or a survivor of gun violence, as a young woman, it's hard. It's very hard. And there's a lot out here that's against us now. Um, Nobody's safe. And with that being said, my Instagram is open,
Mhm.
Olivia0406.
Let them know.
Um, Anybody, I don't care if you are just needing somebody to vent to, talk to. I'm here. If you're a survivor, you're welcome to join me and my other survivors. Shout out to them because they're dope too.
Shout out to y'all.
Yep, because it takes a strong person to overcome that.
Mhm.
So, get with me. I'll send you the information, and we'll go from there. And
Yeah, and we'll definitely have Olivia's information, in the description. Well, you guys can reach Olivia. Like she said, she's very open to talk. She's very open to, just help you guys out, share some of her experiences with you guys. She's very strong, as you guys can see, to even be here to tell her story. She, she's blessed to be here. She knows that. She understands that. She's very grateful. She's been an amazing guest.
Thank
And I
you.
really appreciate you, Olivia. This is
Thank
H
you.
I M him. Can the world understand him? Or can he understand the world? Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you.